Hi, this is Harriet from Harriet's Custom Computer Art again. In tonight's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to use Microsoft Picture to do your graphic designs. I'm also going to be showing you how to find graphics that are already available on Google and alter them to fit projects that you might be working on. Many of the features that I'll be showing you in Microsoft Picture are available on many other desktop publishing software applications. So you can probably transfer what I'm going to be showing you in Picture and use this in other software that you might have available, like Publisher and also Photoshop. Hello, this is Harriet from Harriet's Custom Computer Art, and I had said that I was going to make a video showing how I use Microsoft Picture to do my graphic designs. So first I'm going to start off by making a new sheet to build on, and I've been asked to make some centerpieces for a baby shower. So, and the customer wants the angel baby in pink. So I'm going to open, I went online and I found this angel baby. She already had on pink, which is great, but they don't want a crown, they want a halo. So I'm going to go to my touch up and clone paint, which, and I'm going to take this to the largest size, which will enable me to paint out or basically delete what I don't want in the picture. And I reset the cursor by clicking on this green little flag, and then when it's ready for you to choose your next area, it turns yellow until you choose the area that you want to start cloning in. So now she has a flat head, and of course we don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same feature, the clone feature, by going and pulling the color from her hair. I'm going to take it and rebuild her head. And I'm clicking in and out and choosing different areas because I don't want it to look like a pattern when I'm done. I want it to look natural, like that's the way the hair is, rather than having just constant clones of the same area of hair. So once I get her head exactly like I want it, I think I want it a little rounder. So I'm going to keep going until I get the shape I want. Still a little flat back here, so I'm going to bring it up a little more, and I'm just freehanding this. So let's say that looks pretty good. Now if I made a mistake and I needed to undo it, there's a reset button on this side that I could undo it. But I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say I'm done. So now I got rid of the crown, and if you change your mind, want to go back, you can just click the back arrow and it'll go back to the way it was before you made any changes. So this is how I want her. And because this software is kind of glitchy because it's so old, I'm going to go in and I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this as Angel Baby 1. So now I need to go about making her a halo. And I went online and I Googled halo, gold halo, and this one came up. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one. But you can make one on your own. I could have made my own out of glitter, but if I don't have to make it, if I can find it and alter another graphic, then I just do that. But I'll show you, when I got it, it had a stick attached to it. So I'll show you how I cut the stick away. This, let me slow it down a little. This is cut out. So you have different options in cut out a picture, add a cutout or picture, add a colored shape, trim, fill it with the picture, and replace cutout or picture. So I'm just gonna, let's say this was a full square of glitter. I would take my circle, and you can cut out in any of these shapes, a whole bunch of them. But I just need a circle, but I need it flattened, so I flatten it using the little, I guess you'd call those quadrant markers. So I'm going, or axis, and so I'm going and I'm going to just outline the area that I want. Now if you wanted to make this out of a full square, this is still the way you would do it. First you would cut this outer circle, which I've already done it, so as you can see, and then you can go back in with a smaller circle like I did before and cut out the inside. So this gives me, as you can see, the cutout, but I really didn't need that one. I was just showing you how to do it. So now I'm going to go back to my baby, and I'm going to click and just drag this halo into my picture. So I'm going to shrink it down a bit, not that little, and then I'm going to flatten it out a bit more so it'll look more like it's floating above her head. And I liked it tilted a little, kind of like a mischievous angel that has knocked her crown off kilter a little bit. So that looks great. But seeing that I need to make a centerpiece of this, and I'm not gonna want all this white on there, I'm gonna just cut out the baby when it's time to make the centerpiece. So I need to attach it. So all I did was I went back into this original halo, and this time I cut out with the cookie cutter shape, but I used a square. And all I did was flatten it a little bit and put it in one of the straightest sides, shrunk it down kind of to the size I want, and that's a little big, so I'm going to make it a little smaller, and then I'm done. So I'm going to pull back up my angel, I'm going to click and drag in. I think I like this one better. I've done this a few times, so I think I liked the cut of this one better. So I'm gonna change the position just by grabbing on this little ball. You change the position, and then once again you go to those markers on the corners and in the middle to resize. I can make it thicker or thinner, and I want it about this thickness because I'm gonna have, for the centerpiece, I'm gonna have to put a stick or a little piece of wire or something in there to keep that up, and I want it to be hidden. So now I have this attached to her little head. I'm going to straighten it just a little bit. But the problem now is that it looks like it's sticking straight out of her skull, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the entire picture, and it's kind of like in Cricut how you flatten. I'm going to hit group, which flattens the picture and makes it all one. As you can see over here, I'll show you. When I undo it, you see the layers, but when I group it, it's just the one picture. And I'm going to just use, this time, a color cutout. I'm going to change it to red so I can see it, because I want to make her a headband, a little headband that'll be holding on her halo. So I get the square that I want. Oops, there we go. I'm gonna pull it down on her head. And I kind of like that thickness. So that looks pretty good. But what I want it to be pink. So I'm gonna go in here, and I have different glitters that I download off the internet and save and change to any color I want. So I'm gonna take this one, and I'm gonna go back up here to my little girl. I'm gonna click on this shape. I click on the shape, and that shows that you have that one and you're working, shows that you have this piece and you're working with this piece. And I'm going to go back to cutouts, but this time I'm going to fill with a picture. I'm going to click on picture over here, and then I'm just going to drag up the picture, and it shows up automatically in that red rectangle that I had. So now that's looking good, but it's too long. And if I shrink it down some, it will show her hair. So I'm going to leave it too long. But what I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to go in, I'm going to group this, and I'm just going to go to cutout again, but this time I'm going to use the trace on my own feature. And I'm just going to come down to her hairline and trace out just to the shape of her head so that it looks like she's actually wearing the band. Then it doesn't matter where you click, because this part is going to be staying in the picture. So I'm going to say that I'm done with that. I'm going to click out, and then zoom out a little bit. I'm going to ungroup my picture, and I'm going to get rid of this piece. So now, as you can see, I have a little black showing here and there. So since I didn't cut it exactly perfectly, I'm going to fill that in with that clone painting feature. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to go back over here to touch up. I'm going to make it my cursor smaller this time. And I'm just going to color this in so that the hair disappears. If you make a mistake, hit the undo and start again. Once again, this is just freehanding. I don't like that last one. And I'm just going to get all that brown under my little headband. Same thing over here. Just going to draw that in. Oops. Once again, undo. I'm going to cover in that hair. So that looks cute. So now I'm going to zoom out. And my baby's looking good right here. But they want her to be another race. So once again, just to be on the safe side, I want to save my picture. And I save it sometimes in different stages, or I'll save one as Angel Baby 1, then Angel Baby 1A, and I know that the one that's farthest into the alphabet or the highest number is the most recent one, and the one that I'd want to continue working with. So I'm going to go in that same program, and this time I'm going to choose to single out by color. So it gives me this little dropper. So make sure to watch part 2 of Picture It project.